We decided to put these barns in because winter grazing was getting hard to find, and there's also a whole heap of animal health and environmental benefits. Having the barns here gave us a bit more control over our cows in the winter time, reduced our travel. We didn't have to put cows on trucks and truck them out here to winter grazing.
I visited a farm in Hinapuri probably 7-8 years ago, and he was in the process of reducing his fertiliser usage to virtually nil. And I looked at him and thought, no, that can't be. And on the way out, I looked at his cows, looked at the pasture and thought, he's right.
The biggest benefit I've noticed is I can sleep better at nights. Yeah, just peace of mind, I guess. You know, when it's raining, it's pouring down, and you used to worry about that sort of stuff endlessly. We run the cows in here at dry-off time, for the sort of end of May, early June. We dry them off, they come into the barns. They're in here in the dry for 2 months, and then they calve down in here. We're not feeding as much as we would if they were outside. We're only feeding them about 9 or 10 kilos of dry matter, whereas outside, when we had them on cow paddocks, we're up 12, 14, 15 kilos of dry matter.
We will reduce our winter grazing feed from 16 kilograms per cow out in the paddock down to 8 or 9 in the barn.
In the winter time, it gets really wet. You can have a bit of leachate going on out in paddocks and cow paddocks and what have you, but you don't have that in here. Everything that the cows produce out the back end is stored in a big bunker underneath, and then we can utilise that, use it in the summertime. It's just like a fertiliser. It's like gold really, because the price of fertilisers obviously got very expensive.
Our nutrient leaching in our soils at the moment, approximately 26 kilos of N going into the waterway. So we'll reduce that by, I think it is 8 or 9 kilos per hectare. So that's a significant amount.
Big saving on feed, big saving on nutrients, and obviously the cow health's improved a bit too, because we don't have the dramas, the calving time. And the staff enjoy it a lot more too, you know, it's a lot easier on staff. It's all self-contained in here, and the staff enjoy it too.
There's multiple benefits coming out of the barn when we remove the chip material, using it in the cropping system. We're viewing an increase in pasture production once that compost material is being used.
There was a lot of challenges when we're constructing them with, like there's always challenges in building and dealing with people and stuff, but we got through them all right. They're expensive, I guess that's the biggest challenge. And it took us a year or so to figure out how to work them properly and get the most out of them.
Key components is getting the site ready. It's a rather large site, so you have to have an area where it's out of the area of irrigated land. So getting the groundworks right is one part of it.
I think you've got to do your homework. Like for our situation, they worked and we make them work and I'm pleased with them, but they're not for everybody. I definitely think they were a great fit for us and we're happy with them. It is what it is. I'm pleased we went ahead with it and did it, you know, to be fair. And like I said, it is, you can't put a number on sleeping well at night, that's for sure.
I would recommend a composting barn to other farmers because it has so many advantages. Most of the documentation talks about a 10% increase in production out of having a barn, and we're anticipating that. That's a benefit. It's a benefit to the economy, it's a benefit to the farming.